the touchy-feely.
Oh, touchy-feely. Come on. Hey, I got 10,000 cash right now for anybody that's listening. And more importantly, we not doing fraud. Flex not doing fraud.
We're not doing
fraud. He ain't selling no bad houses. He ain't selling no fake houses. He ain't doing none of that. I'm telling you. And when Rose said, I'm telling you, I can't say that for nobody else.
We are not selling the Brooklyn Bridge. You cannot buy that from us.
Oh, my God. You cannot buy the Statue of Liberty. Oh, my God. It's called thievery.
Somebody's going to jail.
Oh, my God. The realer say Rico.
What's our boy Tony? Tony's in town, too. Tony's in town.
Charlamagne, come work with Funk. Come on.
Oh, this is getting cool.
I like Charlamagne.
All right, we had enough of that. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get into something, man. We about to go in. We about to go deep. We about to go hard. It's the Art of Prison. It's your boy, Epigee's the God, man. We about to go in all the way on everything. Everything. We leave nothing off the table. First and foremost, peace to the gods. You already know what time it is, man. Always standing on my number 7. Let's go. So, the whole DJ Djenvy, the whole Rickross, Funk Flex, you know what I'm saying? That's what I got. This is my take on this whole situation, right? Hey, somebody help me understand something. Right? You got Rickross over here talking about DJ Djenvy, right? Now, mind you, we not supporting no scams. We not supporting violence on this channel. It's the Art of Prison. We not indulging in no beef. We not indulging in no weird shit. No, none of that. You know what I mean? But if you come for the guy, you gonna catch him. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. You feel what I'm saying? So, but on another note, here's something I really don't get, right? This is why I had to leave a lot of niggas alone. This is why I had to leave the streets alone. This is why I had to leave a lot of niggas alone, right? Even the mob, right? Let's take the situation and let's start off, right? Let's bring this thing to the mob, right? Now, when the mob used to go through it with this crime family and that crime family and X, Y, and Z, right? No matter how territorial shit got, nobody got online and sat here and threw somebody under the bus even more. Nobody was out here kicking the man while he down. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all claim to get the game from the mob, but the mob didn't do these things that y'all are doing that seems and claim to be thorough. You know what I mean? The mob did fuck up too. You know what I mean? Every mob wasn't thorough. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that off the table. And there's plenty other organizations that niggas is glamorizing that wasn't even fucking thorough from the gate. You know what I mean? And people still making movies about them, still comparing themselves to these niggas in history, and their name ain't shit for real. Name ain't shit, and niggas is still celebrating them. You know what I'm saying? So I understand, you know, motherfuckers is going back and forth about cars, about money, and X, Y, and Z, right? Did the Biggie Smalls, when him and Pac was going through it, did the Biggie Smalls sit here and make fun of Tupac about his rape case? I mean, I know Mobb Deep did. I know a couple other dudes. I'm pretty sure there was, you know what I mean, Chino XL and a couple cats he was beefing with was like, raped in jail and getting on him about his rape case. But the main nigga who he was going through it with, Biggie fucking Smalls, where shit was real, shit was at the highest tension that it was ever at before. You know what I mean? This was bigger than NWA versus Death Row. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, at the end of the day, why is niggas always into this whole kicking the man down when he's down mentality? You know what I'm saying? Like, in this, and the other fucked up thing about this shit is so niggas is so contradictory to what's going on. You can't sit here and be on a radio station one day and be like, you know, we laughing at a nigga for scamming and doing the same things that you niggas is putting in songs 24/7. You know what I'm saying? You niggas is putting in songs 24/7 about scamming, dope boys, credit card, this and that. So what the fuck is really different than a motherfucker selling dope that had to go through an substantial amount of bullshit to even get over here to still break our people down? You know what I'm saying? Fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? Crack, dope, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is really going that how it had to get over here. The people that had to get killed for it to come over here, the families that had to get pushed on to moving this product, or their families gonna get killed. It's deeper than just whatever the fuck you really think it is. You know what I mean? But they still put the shit in our face. It's still glamorized in movies. It's still glamorized in TV shows, cartoons, music, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm still trying to understand how, you know, it's okay to sit here and glamorize fuckery, but and get on these niggas for being in a bag. And I ain't saying he guilty. Does it look like a Ponzi scheme? Shit. Ask Bernie Madoff, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Where he at? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, my thing is let the shit go. Not even just let the shit go, or at least let the shit blow over. Get on him about it after the man get charged. You know niggas is listening. You know feds is listening. You know what I'm saying? You know that they is taking niggas' words off the internet, right? They's taking niggas' words off the internet and for face value as evidence. You see the shit with Vlad. You see the shit with Keefy D. You know what I'm saying? You see how niggas who wasn't even in the loop of these of certain situations, and they getting their perspective is being brought to light, and it's getting motherfuckers knocked. You know what I'm saying? And y'all still glorifying these niggas. Y'all still glorifying these niggas for what? You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I had to step back from certain shit, because I rather educate than entertain motherfuckers all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he scammed. Let's say that shit is true. All right, niggas scam niggas out they bread. Oh, niggas shit. Would I be mad? You motherfucking right, I be heated. You know what I'm saying? I be fucking heated if a motherfucker had, got me out of some change. You know what I mean? Been there, done that. You know what I mean? I've been cooked. I cooked out of niggas. You know what I mean? It's a part of the game when you win this bitch. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, it's like, but who's worse? Is it niggas talk about shooters all day and they never been to a motherfucking gun range? And the most innocent motherfuckers is getting clapped. You know what I mean? Old women can't sit on the front porch no more. Kids can't be at the playground no more. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Am I the only motherfucker talking about this shit? Hell no. But I'm gonna help bring this shit to light. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help bring this shit to the light. I ain't on out here on some conspiracy shit. I'm gonna give you the facts. You know what I mean? All day, 24/7. It's just like, okay. So let's get to the art of prison, right? Because this all circulates. It's just like if you want to know the conditions of the streets, look inside the jails. And it was somebody in history who even mentioned something like that, but I can't remember his name. I don't know if it was Winston Churchill, Roosevelt, I don't fucking know. But it's one of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know the condition of what's going to happen next on the streets, look inside the jails. You know what I mean? It's just like how clothes, right? Hang with me. It's just how clothes and fashion starts off where? London, overseas, shit like that. It goes from London, it gets distributed to New York and Cali around the same time, and then everywhere else gets it next. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing with Coke and product. It comes from this place, and then it gets distributed to Florida, and then it works its way up. You know what I mean? Or it goes from here, and then it goes to Texas, and it works its way up to the A, and then it goes here to New York, and X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing for prison. You know what I mean? When we was locked up, you know what I mean? Mind you, I did 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So I know, and this ain't the case for every jail, but I'm going to tell you what happened in where I was at SCI Benner. You know what I'm saying? So when we was in jail, you couldn't have porn. You couldn't have music that was cursing in it. You weren't even allowed to have a belt. You know what I'm saying? So when you can't have when you ain't allowed to have porn inside of a woman, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. Uh, when that's considered contraband, and this niggas that's been locked up 20, 30 years, they ain't have sex, they ain't have a female visit them, ain't have no conjugal visits or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And if they get caught with porn, they get a write up. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 and it shows how men become what? Demasculated. You know what I mean? So now when niggas come home, niggas don't even know how to not only treat a woman, they don't know how to be around a woman, they don't know how to make love to a woman, they don't know how to see a woman because what? All they know is for seeing men, niggas, locked up. You know what I'm saying? So then you got what? You got what else is niggas being the music. You know what I'm saying? Even we weren't even allowed to have cussing music. You know what I mean? That shit was monitored. Some songs did slide through the cracks. We were able to download it, and but you can't even have cussing music. You know what I mean? Songs that made us who we are today, because a lot of us was raised off of music. A lot of us was raised off of television and things like that. And the same thing when we come to the television. You know what I mean? When they was putting Empire on TV, and I can't think of the other little show that was like Pussy Valley and shit that was on the network. But you get what I'm saying? They promoting homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? So now when niggas is going home, once again, niggas don't know how to interact with a chick. Niggas is weird now. Niggas want men. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because you will see it inside the walls. You be in the jail with a motherfucker who might have been he's a straight undercover, undercover. He one of the brothers. You know what I'm saying? He's a homo. You feel what I'm saying? And in jail, he's a thorough homo ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? And when he goes out to that dance floor, the visitor room, you know what I mean? When he's doing that cha 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 out there, that's what we call it, the dance floor. You know what I mean? The visitor room is the dance floor. So when he go out there and his wife come in there, or some chicks that he's been writing, or his sons and daughters come there, and his family members come there, what is he doing? As soon as this nigga get his motherfucking shit, his thing off on the block with these homos. 2 minutes later, he running down to the visitor room, kissing on some female. You know what I mean? But before that, he was inside, kissing on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? So we were being demasculated. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to hold it down. You know what I mean? It wasn't for a nigga like me. You know what I'm saying? I'll use my 5 Freddy finger discount. You know what I mean? On my goddamn self. You understand what I'm saying? Even though porn and stuff was still being snuck inside the jail, because we still had, ways to get shit in all the time. COs brought porn magazines in. We copied the porn magazines. We make more money off of that. We distribute it in the whole 9 yards. But as soon as the COs come through, they snatch it. They take it. It could be a man that claims to understand. He knows what you're going through, because every CO wasn't a bad CO. You know what I'm saying? So even the CO that you might be where he might let you bust a couple moves and shit, but then when it's time to search your cell, it could even just be him. He ain't gotta be with somebody else superior. He ain't gotta be with somebody else that ain't on this type of time. He come in there by his motherfucking self and see you got porn in the cell and write you up for that bullshit. You know what I mean? So and when he takes it, once again, that does what? Dehumasculate us. And that's the same thing that they do in the society. So if you want to look into the what's going on in society, you gotta look at the jail. You can't forget about the jail. You know what I mean? Even when it come to belts, we weren't even allowed to have belts. Niggas did get away with it because a lot of times they was tired of writing people up, because niggas always ended up, somehow making some shit and doing some shit. So some COs let it go, and sometimes it wasn't let go. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the belt thing, it's just like slavery. Slaves weren't allowed to have belts. Niggas was using rope. You know what I mean? And so when a lot of times they talk about that, the whole pants hanging down your ass and all that other type of stuff, man. Sometimes in jail you can only get what you got. You can only get what they gave you. You know what I mean? If your pants is too baggy, them motherfucking COs gonna do what? They're gonna take it and replace it. You know what I mean? They're gonna march right over to receive and discharge and get you some tight ass uppities that's gonna have you looking around looking like you got on that the thong. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you got things into play like that, you know, we just can't forget about the system. It's the art of prison. You can't forget about the system because the things that they doing to us on the inside will reflect on the street. It's just like in China, you know what I mean? Other little countries like that, they law always work its way to get here. You know what I mean? American law and even American law. This shit's British law. You know what I'm saying? This shit is England or some other shit. The bar is not even from America. You know what I mean? So, you know, America always pay homage to other motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And they take those ideologies and it starts from those jails, even from those other countries. Because when you're in them other countries, it's a lot of them you can't practice being a Muslim, you can't practice being a Christian, and the whole 9 yards. So what they do is when you could be like Anne Frank and study that shit in your own domain, up in the attic of your mind, you know what I mean? Or up in the physical attic, you know what I mean? Or inside spiritual attic, you know what I mean? But out in the open, you can't practice, you can't teach it. You know what I mean? Ain't no material to be have on it. It will be considered as contraband and you will get penalized for it. You know what I mean? The same way how one of them foreign countries was what was they saying about how, not even saying, but this is what they do, how you get caught with half a gram of dope, or being a drug user, nigga, you getting 20 years in jail. It's the same thing Trump was even trying to push. You know what I mean? Before, talking about some, oh, if you sell this or if you had that, nigga, you should get life. You know what I mean? And they is doing what? The same fucking thing. 20 years is basically life. You know what I mean? I missed a lot in 10 years. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, and thank God I look the same. You know what I mean? I elevated. You know what I mean? But imagine motherfuckers who that like really broke down and a lot of things happened to them on the inside of the prison, then they won't come out like this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, even when it came to the whole belt mentality, uh uh if your shit ain't right, you know what I mean? They 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 gonna have you looking like you is a homo. You know what I mean? They will give you the image that you a homo because your shit's hanging off your ass or whatever the thing may be. You know, it's like, especially when it comes to the culture, the black culture, they always try to make it seem like 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 we the ones wearing this shit. You know what I mean? Like some shit pop off, we the one that's wearing this shit. They bring it over here, we the one that's wearing this shit. You know what I mean? You could bring that from the drugs to the clothes to whatever you want. This is my own line right here. You know what I mean? It's my own apparel. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, right, you gotta start seeing how it's like violence prevention said in jail, the ripple effect. As everything got a cause and effect. You know what I mean? The action, reaction. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's so if you don't see the history, how does it say, the etymology of where something came from, rather if it's a word or whatever, then then you forgetting the ground, the knowledge to it. And knowledge is to know, look, listen, learn, and observe, as well as respect the truth. You know what I mean? You got know and you got ledge. You know what I mean? You must know the ledge before you fall off into the pit of ignorance, which is hell. You know what I mean? The mental hell, the mental mind state. You know what I mean? And if you don't have that type of knowledge while you're inside, you will become a victim to self. You will become your worst enemy. You know what I mean? Uh, you know, and back to the whole Rick Ross DJ Khaled thing, you know, motherfuckers ain't even you know, niggas be quick to expose each other, right? Even though your homeboys is doing the same shit, you glamorizing them. You know what I mean? You give a shout out to them because you want niggas to cop what you feeling. You know what I mean? You want niggas to cop what you selling, and that's cool. Sell the salt to the snail. Sell the water to the well. You know what I mean? You could do all that. That's fine and cool. But get on these other motherfuckers too. Get on McDonald's. Get on Coca-Cola. Get on whatever else is out here. This dividing us and conquering. You know what I mean? Ross can't sit here and be like, oh, what he saying in that interview after that Djenvy shit, like the shit that he doing is reflecting on young black entrepreneurs that's trying to be a part of this and do something in a similar realm. Well, nigga, even as a rapper, even as an artist, nigga, we all had motherfucking did the same thing because we painting a picture of what we're used to. You know what I mean? We painting a picture of the shooters. We painting a picture of the bodegas. We painting a picture of our fallen brothers and sisters that fell circumstances, fell that basically hit rock bottom due to our environment. You know what I mean? Our circumstances or whatever the case may be. You know, when it comes to somebody like Charlemagne, nigga, put them the fuck out there. You feel what I'm saying? When it comes to a pedophile, nigga, put them the fuck out there. Because ain't no motherfucking way. I don't give a goddamn, nigga. Now, I was locked up with a lot of rapists. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that said they in there for this, but was actually in there for doing that. And they might have seemed like they was the coolest nigga on the planet. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? So, when you got people like rapists, and shout out to Megan's Law. Thank you for catching the busters. And big shout out, you know, I wanna just not a shout out, but I wanna put this out there, you know what I mean, to the girls that's missing in Ohio and you know, shout out to the new Black Amber Alert, the Ebony Alert, whatever it's called right now. But shout out to that wave because, you know, at the end of the day, it's the same shit that's being promoted, people is doing to become like the ones that's putting it out there. You know what I mean? Social media is making us want to scam. Social media is making motherfuckers want to bust a trap, bust a jug or whatever it is, you know, ride the jitney and start, you know, knocking niggas' heads over and keep it moving. You know what I mean? So if you ain't going to correct them, don't correct the motherfucker at all. Cause I don't got no picks, and that's why I had to leave niggas alone, and I had to leave the streets alone because the politics is weird. You know what I mean? You can't sit here and be cool with indulging in this, but then come over here and say that. You know what I mean? You just as bad as the hellfire. You know what I mean? You know, and when it comes to that whole rapist thing, when you got Charlemagne the God, one like that guy was about to say, right? I don't give a damn, nigga. If a motherfucker sit here and want to put me down for some rape, I'm not pleading guilty to shit. You know what I mean? Because, no, nigga. You know what I mean? I might plead guilty to this, but I ain't pleading guilty to that. You know what I mean? Because that's a stain, nigga. And if you do some little, I feel like when motherfuckers do some little under the table shit and don't actually fight it, want to like pay out a little settlement and shit like that, nigga, you guilty. Nigga, you guilty. And to everybody that was out there pushing them R. Kelly sex tapes, nigga, you should be locked up too for child pornography, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? I ain't got no love for no motherfucking pedophile. You know what I mean? If you was out there pushing that R. Kelly sex tape, if you was 20-something years old around that time, or whatever the case may be, and you knew what was going on before that shit was in your hand, and you knew that it was motherfucking young little girls up in that joint, nigga, you's a pedophile. Nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was in like 8th grade when that shit came out. You know what I mean? I was 14. And it was crazy because when I heard about this shit, see, them days we had like LimeWire and Napster and all that type of shit, whatever have you. So, nigga, I'm like, R. Kelly sex tape. I was just interested in seeing some motherfucking porn. I'm like, R. Kelly shit. My mom used to play him. Nigga, I wanted to lose my virginity to some R. Kelly. You know what I mean? The bitches loved him. You know what I mean? So I'm like, shit, let me try to download this shit. Boom. We had dial up. You know what I mean? And you know how LimeWire was for those who was using LimeWire. You could download something and it not be the thing. You know what I mean? You'd have waited hours, 2, 3, 4 days, and it didn't come out like that. You know what I mean? But mine was taking so long to download. I said, man, fuck this shit. I ain't worried about this joint. And then come to find out later on, boom, you know, after really understanding, because, you know, it wasn't that much knowledge out back then about the whole situation. I just knew it was an R. Kelly sex tape. And it was just, you know, just gossip, just some shit that I thought I had to probably see to be in the loop. You know what I mean? And that's the fucked up shit about people. A lot of times we find ourselves going down this nut ass rabbit hole, just trying to be in the loop and stay aware of what's going on. I don't want to have to touch on this type of shit. You know what I mean? But since I can sit here and articulate it to a prison formatic, you know what I mean, formulation, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? We're gonna create some sparks. You know what I mean? We're going to Albert Einstein this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, come at everybody. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers are so quick to fuck with the peewees of the game. You know, when Michael Jackson, when Prince and other people was falling the victim and putting out these record labels and shit like that when they were saying they're being beat. Who came at these motherfuckers about that? You know what I mean? Ain't nobody sat there and stood beside them. You know what I mean? They ate the bullet. TLC was thugging it. You know what I mean? They ran up in the studio with guns and shit and got their bread or did whatever they did and scared whomever. You know what I mean? The niggas ain't even doing that shit. You know what I mean? And niggas be claiming to be so fucking thugged out, but they ain't doing a motherfucking thing when they get their publishing deals taken, when they getting beat out their rights for their music in the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? That's why when I make this shit, I do it for me. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta fuck with my shit, because I do it for me. That's my healing purpose. You know what I mean? I can't sit here and be on no motherfucking strings dancing around like Geppetto and not even being happy. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, and it's sad because comparing that to when it's upstate, it's like this, right? When you in the county a lot of times, right? I'm gonna tell you how I work where I'm at. When you in the county, it's always a lot of beef in the county jail, right? It's hood versus hood, little towns versus little towns, but it's still the same city type base. You know what I'm saying? Like certain outside shit might still fuck with the inside and consider themselves the inside and the main part of the city, X, Y, and Z. Right? And beefing like crazy in the county jail. Poking niggas up, the whole 9 yards. Sending niggas out there on a helicopter for being stabbed up and everything. But when they go upstate, when we make it upstate, nigga, we together, we unified. You know what I mean? So making fun of somebody else's hustle really ain't it. You know what I mean? Kicking the man when he down really ain't the fuck it. You know what I mean? So it's like, but when it comes to the pedophiles, like I said, nigga, that's a whole different story. You know what I mean? Burn them niggas to the ground. And that's what I'm gonna say about that. Because people really, you know, twist these things up. Before I went upstate, and motherfuckers that been upstate, you know, they used to tell me the game that was my celly and shit. They'd be like, yo, don't tell niggas when you about to go home, because niggas start getting jealous and they don't want you to go home on time. Niggas hate to see you slide out there before them. People hate to see you get visits. People hate to see you get mail. People hate to see you get phone calls. All that shit. You know what I mean? People hate to see you get love from whatever going on in there. Right? So, but the jail I was at, I started seeing real quick that they will post, and I think I mentioned this in another video, but they will post on the block, on the board, because they have something that's called a call out sheet. It tells everybody every day where they're supposed to be at. It's supposed to be the first thing you see. The CEOs put that up right after count time, sometimes right before count time, depending on when they get the paperwork. And they staple that shit right to the wall. It tells you you're supposed to go to the barber shop. It tells you you're supposed to see the psychology. It tells you you're supposed to go to class. It tells you you're supposed if you sign up for the gym, the law library, every motherfucking thing. And on the same sheet, it would tell motherfuckers, hey, boom, X, Y, and Z, gotta go see parole today or tomorrow. You know what I mean? So so now that put a target on a lot of niggas' backs. You feel me? So now niggas is walking on eggshell. Now niggas is like, damn, like I was trying to be quiet. I was trying to be peaceful about when I'm going home. I don't care how thugged out I am. I'm trying to go the fuck home. You know what I mean? Niggas got kids to take care of. Niggas got grandmothers and mothers and whatever else have you. Niggas is uncles and whatever have you out there on the streets. So when it's getting posted that you about to see parole, niggas is like, oh shit, I ain't know you was about to see parole. How you walk with me in the yard every day and you ain't tell me you was about to see parole? You know what I mean? Now niggas is mad. Even if they know you about to go home, niggas is mad. You know what I'm saying? And niggas want to try to have you do some fuck shit before you end up going home. You know what I mean? And they don't care about the severity of your situation. They don't care about how happy you are about going home. Like when I was in the county and I was getting caught up for making hooch and shit like that, that followed me upstate on my jacket, on my record, on my paperwork upstate. So as soon as I got to Camp Hill, they was like, hey yo, look, they was like, yeah, you gonna have to take drug and alcohol classes because you are known for making hooch. You know what I'm saying? So that followed. You know what I mean? And parole tells you, and the jail tells you, and the counselors will tell you, you know, don't get in trouble, you know, and don't get in trouble, especially within the last 18 to 24 months of your bit. You know what I mean? Because if you get in trouble, then your parole really gonna look at it. And they still look at shit from the time you was in the fucking county all the way up. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it gets weird, it gets spooky, it gets different. It can make or break you. It can make you stay in the cell, or it can make you, you know, be on some Rambo shit even more because niggas want to try and test you. Niggas is like, yo, why aren't you making those moves anymore? Oh, this nigga pussy. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you trying to ride? Oh, this nigga pussy. And when you hear niggas talking, then it's like, what you want to do? You know what I'm saying? You gonna let it ride? You gonna let it slide? You gonna slide to get slid? What you gonna do? I'd rather, you know, slide than get slid all day. But everybody ain't got that in them. You know what I'm saying? And once again, we supposed to be unified. We supposed to be helping each other out in our worst situations, and we all made mistakes. You know what I mean? Let's not get that fucked up. Ain't nobody out here running around saying they perfect. Niggas just fall from it. You know what I mean? But you know, we just got to be a little bit more careful and a little bit more sensitive when it comes to how can I say, when it comes to delivering our message. You know what I mean? We already have enough against us. Once again, we are our own worst enemy. You know what I mean? So when you are at the height of self, when you have the knowledge of self, that's the time when you're gonna be tested. Jail will purify the cleanest, the dirtiest motherfucker. When I mean purify, I mean like the flames, nigga. You know what I mean? The flames. It will let you know what you made of. You know what I mean? Prison will sit here and make you go against things that you thought that was always right. You know what I mean? Just to get by for that next day. And I'll make a whole nother new video on that in a little bit when that time come. But you know, you gotta understand something. When it's time to ride, and when it's time to do the right things for your family, you know, you can't let nobody get in the way of that. You know what I mean? Especially on the inside. You know what I mean? The art of prison. You can't let nobody. Everything is like a game of chess. Once again, you know, we build, we destroy. You know what I mean? When I say we build, once again, that means from the ground up mentality. You know what I mean? And sometimes we have to destroy things to build things right again. And that's why I'm saying that you can go against what you thought was right just to make it out. And then you got to retrain yourself again to get back on what you was taught, because most likely 9 out of 10 it was right. You know what I mean? To you, it fits your soul. You know what I mean? To help you get by your whole 20, 23 years of life, 50 years of life. You know what I mean? But we just got to we got to sharpen the mind a little bit better. We got to sharpen the mind a little bit more. We got to help each other out a little bit more, because a lot of people is out here to hurt themselves, and they don't mind hurting you. You know what I mean? You won't see it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I heard somebody online say it before. You don't see the nigga in the back seat, this really, ice grilling you that you've been riding with your whole life, because you in that brand new thing. You know what I mean? Because you got a woman that's faithful, willing to ride. You know what I mean? We have enough against us already. So at the end of the day, the ignorance has to stop. You know what I mean? And it's okay to entertain a motherfucker. It's all right to smile and the whole 9 yards. But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, if y'all want to make niggas smile, then these niggas locked up is the ones y'all need to really work on and focus on when it comes to making a motherfucker smile, counting this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I want to say something about the motherfuckers that's in the jail with the cell phones, right? Yeah, I've been there, done that, but I would have never ever made a fucking TikTok video or YouTube video while I was locked up. That's the stupidest shit I ever seen, stupidest shit I ever heard. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing to be glamorized out this bitch. You know what I mean? You got motherfuckers locked up doing the nay-nay, getting 1 million views. All right, fine, cool, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, y'all making it seem like everything is cool, and that's why motherfuckers is cool with putting our black asses up. You know what I mean? They cool with this shit because they see that y'all good. You know what I mean? They see that y'all would rather be dancing than going to the law library and figuring out how to get the fuck out of jail. You know what I mean? So before you niggas be asking for money on your books, understand that y'all niggas is making it seem like it's cool for the next ones, your sons, your daughters, to be in the same situations. It makes it seem like your daughters should be cool with fucking with a nigga like you. But I thought that whole plan was to make them better than us. I guess that ain't the plan no more, right? See, when we start waking up, shit hits different. When you got a motherfucker that's able to articulate things and bring it all in together into one bowl, like that meatloaf, like not the meatloaf, but the food loaf. See, in jail they got something that's called a food loaf. Google that shit. Food loaf. Prison food loaf. That's when you go to the box and they give you all the meals throughout the day one time, and it's in a big fucking ball. So if you had chicken, rice, fries, salad, and the whole 9 yards in that day on that schedule for 3 times a day, it'll be put in a fucking ball like this that you could just roll and just mash. You know what I mean? And that's your meal for the day. Food loaf. Look it up. Google food loaf. You know what I mean? So until you have something like that, man, I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas is glamorizing, because it's not cool. You know what I mean? And I ain't here to put nobody down. I'm here to make niggas aware what the fuck is going on. It's the art of prison, Epig's to God. I will be back with more and more and more and more flavor. I will be back with more and more and more education. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to put you niggas on game, because shit ain't looking right out here. Shit ain't looking too good, y'all. Shit ain't looking too good. You feel me? And before I get up out of here, I just want to say this one last thing. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Thanks for supporting the kid. Thanks for supporting the God. You know, it really means a lot to me. It really means a lot to the people that's not in the know what's really going on. You know what I mean? A lot of people, once again, is quick to share people's other people's pain on a platform, other people's time in the jail. But you know, like I said, can you break it down? Like, let's break this down to a level that everybody can see and understand that, yeah, anybody could honestly be a fucking shot caller in that bitch. Anybody could sit here and take over a situation. All it takes is money. You know what I mean? I seen rapists never get touched, do it because of money. You know what I mean? And they ran shit. They was the top of a set. They was the top of a, and I mean, they was known for having rape charges, and they was still the boss, the head clique of this gang set. You know what I mean, or whatever else. You know, they didn't have to pay to live where they stay. You know what I mean? So when rules get reconstructed, and sometimes you got no business but to follow the loop. You know what I mean? To follow the way, because ain't nobody else touching them. You could sit here and say, oh, boom, yeah, if I was around this type of cat, I'm going to do something to him. I'm going to do something to him. Well, unless you do something to one of them cats that you claiming that you would do something to when you was free, or if you was around in prison, and then see what happens when other motherfuckers is cool with what this man had already gotten away with. See what happens to you. You know what I mean? Bet you be outman, outnumbered, outgunned. You know what I mean? From the gate. You know, so that's just my take on this whole situation. Niggas need to be more unified and stop kicking each other when we down, a dead horse and the whole non-metaphor. Because at the end of the day, we all got one mission, and that's to spiritually get right before we leave this bitch. You know what I mean? It's your boy, the artist. I was about to say the art of seduction, the art of prison. Go ahead and get that art of seduction. Go ahead and get that art of mastery. Mastery. Go ahead and get the art of war. Go ahead and get the 40 laws of power, because everything I'm dealing with is in this motherfucking realm. You know what I'm saying? Get that 50 law of power, because we supporting everything around us that makes sense. And that's all. We out.